Hi, I'm Cindy DeLuca, President and General Manager of WGAL8. We are so excited and honored to be hosting yet another Championship Brainbusters matchup. Congratulations to our finalists, Manheim Township and Penn Manor, and to all the other schools that competed during this season. At WGAL8, we are so proud to celebrate academic achievement right here in our local communities, shining a spotlight on the brightest young minds who very soon will be leading us into the future. Thank you to our host, Rich Rosen, and the entire WGAL8 Brainbusters crew for their great work. And now, best of luck to both teams as you battle for this year's championship title.
After weeks of intense competition, Manheim Township and Penn Manor face off for the ultimate prize, the Brainbusters Championship. The excitement starts now, only on WGAL8 Brainbusters.
Now, from Studio B, welcome to the championship edition of WGAL8 Brainbusters. After months of intense competition, it all comes down to these two teams, Manheim Township and Penn Manor. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pinnacle of academic competition. You are watching the WGAL8 Brainbusters Championship Finale. I'm here with my co-host for today's championship face-off, News 8's Regina An. Regina, welcome back to Brainbusters.
So excited to be here, Rich, and I'm so excited to see these two powerhouse schools go up against each other again for this amazing competition. So excited to see who will be the winner.
Well, thanks, Regina, for being here. Now, don't go far because we'll be heading back to you shortly. The air is thick with anticipation as two intellectual powerhouses, Manheim Township and Penn Manor, go head-to-head for the ultimate battle for the championship title and a grand prize of $5,000. After a season of breathtaking competition, it all comes down to these two extraordinary teams. Let's meet them now. Regina?
All right, so let's start with Manheim Township High School. We have Cameron, Andy, Ellie, and we have coaches Zach Mussman, who is a gifted support teacher, and Caitlin Rock. So welcome, Manheim Township High School. Also, Penn Manor, we have with us here today Natalie, Brady, and Seth, and Coach Chris Meyer, and alternate Eliza, and Coach Angelica Kerner. Back to you, Rich.
Two teams, one championship. The stakes have never been higher. Let the final battle of brains begin with our first round, the opening round. Each question is worth 10 points and no penalty for an incorrect response. Players, welcome back. You know how to play. You certainly know how to win. Let's begin now with this 10-point question. In December 2024, this top-ranked chess player left the World Rapid Set. Magnus Carlsen. He left the World Rapid Blitz Chess Championship because he refused to change out of his genes. Good anticipation working in your favor. He or she lives at number 10 Downing Street, London. Andy.
Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
The Prime Minister, currently it's Keir Starmer. Good for you for 10 points for Manheim Township. Typically served with hummus or used in a falafel sandwich, what is this special Mediterranean bread, usually with a pocket? Andy, again.
Pita.
A pita bread is correct. Researchers found that the drying lake bed emitted 4.1 million tons of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. What is the largest saline lake left in the Western Hemisphere? Cameron.
Great Salt Lake.
You are correct for 10 points. Christmas is always celebrated on December 25th. What holiday takes place on March 17th? And that's Andy.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day is the correct answer. The White House is one of the most iconic residences in the world. By what simple address is it sometimes known, Andy?
1400 Pennsylvania Avenue.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Penn Manor. It says
100 Pennsylvania Avenue?
No, it's 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. In 1976, team owner George Steinbrenner prohibited all facial hair to instill discipline among the players. Cameron.
Yankees.
The Yankees in 2025, the team officially reversed the long-standing facial hair policy. Although it is the most common initial letter for last names in the United States, no, Cameron.
S.
S. No U.S. president's last names begin with it. S. Cameron, you are correct for another 10 points. Hobart Taylor Jr., a black lawyer, coined the term in 1961, inserting it into JFK's administration executive order. Andy?
Camelot?
No, sorry. What two-word term addresses workplace discrimination, Penn Manor? Seth?
Affirmative action?
You are correct. The guess worked in your favor. The winner of the 1962 Nobel Prize for Literature. He is most famous for his novels East of Eden, Of Mice and Men. Natalie? Steinbeck, and of course The Grapes of Wrath for another 10 points. You use it to play a cello, a viola, and a violin. Cameron?
A bow.
A bow is this piece of musical equipment. The Roadrunner is the state bird of the land of enchantment. Cameron?
Arizona.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Which southwestern state is this, Penn Manor? Natalie?
New Mexico.
New Mexico is the correct answer. When artists run out of models, they sometimes paint themselves. What artist painted Seth?
Kahlo?
No, sorry. I'm going to complete the question from Anaheim Township. What artist painted a self-portrait with bandaged ear? Cameron?
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh did indeed. Sinn Féin is a political movement in Ireland. Andy?
Green?
Oh, no, I'm going to complete the question for Penn Manor, see if this is working in your favor. But Sean Féin is the president of what organization that represents labor? Brady?
No.
Oh, it's the United Automobile Workers, or the UAW. In 1892, this German engineer patented an internal combustion engine without a spark plug. Andy?
Benz?
No, that's incorrect. An engine named for him. Who was he, Penn Manor? Oh, we stumped you on Diesel, Rudolf Diesel to be exact. In 1995, an exhibit of the B-29 at the National Air and Space Museum had to be canceled after veterans claimed it was too sympathetic to the Japanese. What airplane dropped the atomic bomb on Hiroshima? Andy?
Enola Gay?
The Enola Gay did for another 10 points. In 1928, he defeated Alfred E. Smith to become our 31st president. Andy?
Hoover?
Hoover did, is when the stock market crashed the next year. In Greek mythology, this punishment was given to a king who was doomed to eternally push a boulder up a hill. Only Andy?
Sisyphus?
Sisyphus, for it to roll back down every time he neared the top, the name of the figure, whose name is often associated with futile tasks. Stretching over 1,200 miles along Australia's northeastern coast, this massive... Brady?
Great Barrier Reef?
The Great Barrier Reef is this massive underwater ecosystem. Some famous fictional teachers have famous fictional students. Who is the most famous pupil of Dr. Pangloss in Voltaire's most famous novel?
Candide?
Candide is the correct answer. This peninsula is separated from Africa by the Straits of Gibraltar and from Cameron.
Iberian.
The Iberian Peninsula, and of course the Pyrenees Mountains. Built as a fortress by William the Conqueror, it is the oldest English royal residence still in use. Natalie?
Tower of London.
No, sorry, incorrect. What castle shares its name with the royal family, man? It's Dr. Cameron.
Buckingham Palace.
Oh, no, sorry, it's Windsor. Windsor Palace or Windsor Castle. Harry Truman, Doris Day, Red China, Johnny Ray.
We didn't start the fire.
We didn't start the fire is the Billy Joel hit that starts with these lists of names. You are correct. The equation x squared equals 1 has two solutions. One is 1. What's the other? Cameron?
-1.
-1 is correct answer. On July 11th, 1955, the first class of cadets was sworn in at the U.S. Service Academy. What is this school in Colorado Springs, Brady?
West Point?
No, sorry, incorrect. Andy?
United States Air Force Academy?
You are correct for 10 points. Geraldine Ferraro was the first woman in a major political party to run for vice president. It took 24 years for another woman to be nominated. Andy?
Kamala Harris?
Oh, no, sorry. Who was nominated in 2008 with John McCain? Brady?
Sarah Palin?
Sarah Palin is the correct answer. Thomas Paine was the first to give the 13 English colonies this name. What did he call them? Seth?
United States?
Nope, sorry, incorrect. Andy?
The Union?
No, it's the United States of America is the correct response. Sorry, I could not accept it. Seth, the volume of a cone is given by the formula 1/3 pi r squared h. What regular geometric figure has a volume 3 times that of a cone? Seth?
Cylinder.
Cylinder, of course. His books include a biography of Frederick Douglass and his own autobiography, Up from Slavery. Who was this American educator? Andy?
Booker T. Washington?
He's the one, yes. A woman of royal rank is being blackmailed because of a compromising note she has written. When the police fail to find it, Detective C. Auguste Dupont finds it hidden in plain sight. What is this short story by Edgar Allan Poe? Seth?
Telltale Heart.
Nope. So, good guess though. Sorry. Cameron.
Marriage of the Rue Morgue.
No, sorry. It's the Purloined Letter. It has a positive side. Without it, the Earth would be about 18 degrees cooler. Seth.
Magnetic Field.
No, sorry. But it's getting worse, Manheim Township, because of all the carbon dioxide we produce. What is this atmospheric reflection of heat called? Andy?
Ozone layer.
Nope, sorry. It's called the greenhouse effect. This mathematical constant, approximately equal to 2.718, is the base. Seth?
E.
E is the natural logarithm and used frequently in calculus and exponential functions. Ironically, the first dots and dashes were Numbers, chapter 23, verse 23 to be exact. What four-word biblical question was the first message sent by telegram? Natalie?
What hath God wrought?
You are correct. Good for you for 10 points. This well-manicured man, cigarette-smoking man, and the lone gunman, on what television show did they all appear? Andy?
Lone Ranger.
Nope, sorry. Any idea, Penn Manor? It's called the X-Files. In 1954, the United States Supreme Court ruled that racially segregated systems... What's that?
Brown v. Board.
Brown versus the Board of Ed is correct. Yes, for another 10 points. Wow. Wow, that was really a fantastic round. And as expected, both teams are in great shape, but it's early on to call anything because we have a lot more game coming up. This roller coaster has only just begun. When we come back, prepare for quick thinking brilliance as we move into the one-on-one rapid fire. Plus, Regina will take us behind the scenes at Manheim Township and Penn Manor High Schools to give us a glimpse into the lives of our players off stage, outside our studio. So stay tuned, because we'll be back in a flash with even more exciting moments from the WGAL8 Brainbusters Championship Finale.
The championship edition of WGAL8 Brainbusters will continue after these messages. The team finishing second on WGAL8 Brainbusters receives $3,000, and this year's championship team receives $5,000 in cash.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, we are just getting started with the WGAL8 Brainbusters Championship, where Manheim Township and Penn Manor are locked in a fierce battle of wits. Now, if you're just joining us, I'm Rich Rosen, and I'm here with News 8's Regina on, my co-host. And let me give you a quick recap. We've completed our opening round. Our teams have done very well, 150 to 120, but it's still early on because we have a lot more game left. And Regina, I just want to say it's so nice to have you here, and you know, this show means a lot to me.
Right.
And there's so much that I love about it, but I love the fact that it's about the celebration of the power of knowledge and the joy of learning.
And I think we are always just so astounded by how smart these students are. And it goes a lot to show their education, but also their coaches and all the work that they put into this. So yeah, it's been amazing.
It's
so
a
far.
team effort,
Yeah.
you know. All right, Regina and teams, here we go. Let's dive into the next challenge, the one-on-one rapid fire round. This is where our individual players go head-to-head, and their quick thinking could make all the difference. Regina,
Right now.
would you please do us the honor of introducing our first pair of competitors?
Absolutely, Rich. Thank you. All right, we have Cameron here with us. So Cameron, first of all, tell us what grade you're in and what do you like to do for fun outside of school and studying?
I'm a senior right now, and in terms of my pastime, I enjoy photography. So I do a lot of photography competitions. I enjoy that as a hobby outside of school.
That's a great hobby. Love to see that. Thank you, Cameron. All right, let's get to Seth here from Penn Manor. First of all, what grade you're in, and I'll ask you the same thing. What do you like to do for fun outside of school and studying?
Well, I'm a junior, and frankly, outside of school and studying, I don't have much time, but when I do, I said this on earlier Brainbusters broadcast, but I like to play video games and spend time with my family. So.
I agree. Same here, same here. Love that. All right, so love to see that. Rich, back to you.
I know they love to play this game. Cameron and Seth, let's put you two one-on-one. In March 2024, the collapse of this bridge disrupted commercial shipping traffic. Cameron.
Francis Scott Keys.
The Francis Scott Key is correct. Yes, for 10 points, it was in the port of Baltimore, causing significant delays. Its basic definition says it's the net movement of particles from areas of high concentration to areas, Cameron?
Diffusion.
Diffusion to low concentration. So if you open a bottle of strong perfume in one part of the room, you'll soon smell it everywhere. Good anticipation, Cameron, for another 10 points. This award-winning television series, premiering in 2019, explores corporate dysfunction, political maneuvering, and family power struggles within a media empire resembling that of Rupert Murdoch's. With Cameron.
Fox News.
Oh, no, sorry, that's incorrect. With characters like Logan and Kendall Roy. Seth, what is this critically acclaimed HBO series? We stumped you on Succession. Wow, okay, 170 to 120. Regina, would you do us the honor of now introducing our two captains?
Absolutely, Rich. Thank you. Let's meet Andy. So, Andy, thanks for being here. Tell us your grade and tell me your favorite subject and why.
I'm a junior right now, and I'd have to say my favorite subject is history, just because the entire history of the world just kind of intrigues me, and I love to learn more and more about it, especially like the more lesser unknown stuff.
Favorite era of time?
All of it.
There you go, all of it. Brady here with Penn Manor. So I'll ask you the same thing. What's your favorite subject in school and why?
My favorite subject is also history, and that's just because I find it the most interesting. I mean, there's so much to learn about history, and I mean, I really enjoy it.
Favorite historical figure?
Historical figure. I don't know. I'd say Mao Zedong. he's
There you
very
go.
very interesting.
You'll have to tell me more about that later. All right, Rich, back to you.
Brady and Andy, let's put you two one-on-one. This area allows for unrestricted movement of people, goods, and services among 27 European Union countries and several. Andy,
Schengen area?
I can't accept that. I'm sorry. With several non-EU countries without border checks. What zone was established in 1985? Brady? It's called the Schengen zone, not the Schengen area. I'm sorry, I could not accept that. Even though his vice president died first in 2021, he left behind the eulogy he planned to deliver, which was read at President Carter's memorial service at Washington National Cathedral on January 11th by his son Ted. Who was Jimmy Carter's vice president, Andy?
Walter Mondale?
He's the one for 10 points. And finally, 200 new words and definitions were added to Merriam-Webster.com in 2024. What two-word term describes a person who gains success or opportunities through familial connections and often has a similar or related career as their parents? Andy.
Dynasty Kid.
Great guess, though. Sorry, Brady, any idea? Oh, we stumped you on a Nepo baby or nepotism baby. Okay, 180 to 120. Regina, please do us the favor and introduce our final players in today's match.
Thanks, Rich. Will do. All right, we have Ellie here. Ellie, tell me who is your biggest role model and why?
I'd say my teachers. Most of my teachers have really helped me through my career and the decisions I make throughout school, and I've really looked up to a lot of them.
Any particular teacher that stands out?
Well, I mentioned this before, but Mr. Bear, my chemistry teacher,
I
sophomore
love
year.
that. All right, Ellie, thank you. And let's get to Natalie here. I'm going to ask you the same thing. Who is your biggest role model and why?
My biggest role models are probably my parents. They do their best to show me how I should live my life, and also they've really inspired me to learn a lot and to be even here.
All right, Natalie and Ellie, thank you for that. Rich, I'll send it back to you.
Parents are proud of all six of you. Natalie and Ellie, let's put you two one-on-one. This young climate activist from Sweden gained Ellie.
Greta Thunberg.
Greta Thunberg gained international recognition for her efforts to draw attention to climate change. Good for you for 10 points. This computer term refers to the process of zipping a file, shrinking it so it can be emailed or downloaded more easily. Ellie again.
Compression.
Compression or compress is the process called. You are correct for 10 points. And finally, bringing together two historic rivals, Menachem Begin and Anwar Sadat, to negotiate peace in the Middle East, this U.S. president facilitated a groundbreaking diplomatic agreement between Israel and Egypt. Who was this remarkable leader? Ellie?
Jimmy Carter.
He's the one. It was a good guess and it worked in your favor. Of course, that was the Camp David Accords in September of 1978. Well, wow. These students are truly on fire today, but the competition is far from over. Up next is the 60-second team lightning round, 60 seconds of fast-paced action that can completely shift the momentum. So let's take a short break while our teams recharge their brains, and when we return, it's back to the action-packed championship round of WGAL 8 Brainbusters.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL 8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Scan the QR code with your phone or go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
On behalf of the entire Manheim Township School District, we could not be more proud of our Quiz Bowl team and their appearance in the WGAL Brainbusters competition.
And we've heard that we are playing the Penn Manor Comets at that competition, which is why we're in front of our planetarium, because we're hoping to crush the Comets.
And so we have one message for our school community. Go Streaks!
Penn Manor Quiz Bowl team, we are so proud of you. We want to congratulate you for making it to the final competition of WGAL's Brainbusters. Congratulations.
It's the Quiz Bowl finals this time. It's going to be Jeopardy next time. No matter where you are making us proud.
We hope you beat the Streaks.
Oh, no, we know we're going to beat the Streaks. Congratulations.
Let's go Penn Manor.
Got it.
Yay.
Welcome back to the championship finale of WGAL 8 Brainbusters. I'm Rich Rosen, and alongside me is Regina Ahn. Together, we're guiding you through the spectacular display of intellect between Manheim Township and Penn Manor. Now, the scores, as you can see, 210 to 120, but it's early on because we have a lot more game left. And you know, regardless of the outcome of today's game, both teams walk away winners.
And everyone's a winner after this competition, and we know that no one's going to go home with less than $3,000. So that's a lot of money. So congratulations.
And the winner is going to walk away with $5,000. Now, before we return to the main event, let's give a special shout out to our third and fourth place teams.
$1,000 in prize money. In fourth place, Lancaster Mennonite, also receiving $1,000 in prize money. Congratulations to all of you for a job well done.
Now, they didn't clinch the title, but this season their performances were phenomenal. Now, the game is far from over. It's time to ramp up the intensity as we head in to today's 60-second team lightning round. Brady, your team is behind at this point, so you will select first among these three quizzes, three very interesting ones. President Days, artistically speaking, name that college.
President's Day, I kind of do, but like if you want to do, if you think we're better.
What do you think?
We're thinking hard.
President Days, artistically speaking, name that college.
What should we go with?
This is a hard pick. Okay, you're doing art. Okay.
Let's go with the art category. The art one.
Art one, artistically speaking.
Yes. Artistically speaking, yes.
For 1 minute, let's talk about painting, music, dance, and other arts. For 10 points each, identify these artistic people, places, and things. Brady, I take your answer as the team's answer. Seth and Natalie are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck to all three of you, and here we go. By what name is Da Vinci's portrait of Lisa del Giocondo better known?
Mona Lisa.
Correct. What group of musical instruments includes the French horn, trombone, and tuba?
Brass.
Correct. In what city is the Hermitage, founded by Catherine II?
Moscow.
St. Petersburg, Russia. What treated fabric is often used for oil paintings?
Canvas.
Canvas is correct. What introductory piece is often played before an opera musical?
Overture.
Overture, yes. In what century did Mozart live?
17th.
18th. What Verdi opera shares its name with an Elton John musical?
Rocket Man?
What artistic technique can create an illusion of three-dimensional space on a flat surface?
Trompe-l'oeil.
Perspective. What pop artist is famous for his silkscreen thriller pants?
Warhol.
Warhol is correct. For what kind of dance are Nijinsky, Nureyev, and Baryshnikov known for?
Pass.
Ballet. What architect designed the Guggenheim Museum in New York City?
Right.
Right is correct. What period includes the music of Vivaldi, Bach, and Handel?
Baroque.
Baroque, yes. In the theater, what name is given to the diagram movement of actors on the stage?
Blocking.
Blocking is correct. Music. What musical about the Von Trapp family begins The Hills Are Alive?
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music. That's on the buzzer, and we are going to take it. Good for you. Well done. 9 correct. 90 points came your way. 210 to 210. Is that a break for you, Andy, Cameron, and Ellie? Well, we'll find out shortly with the 2 remaining quizzes. Would you like President Days or Name That College?
Name that college.
Name that college. I've been eager to read this quiz. This is an interesting quiz. Every college and university has a name, but some share their names with other things. Oxford is a kind of shoe, and Notre Dame is a Paris cathedral. So for 10 points each, identify these U.S. colleges and universities. Andy, I take your answer as the team's answer. Cameron and Elliot are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. This is the principal food for much of Asia and a university in Houston, Texas.
Rice.
Rice, yes, a British peer of the highest rank in a university in Durham, North Carolina.
Duke.
Duke is correct. A Jewish place of worship and a university a temple. The University of Philadelphia is temple. It's a male servant, head of a household in a university in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Pass.
Butler, a male duck in a university in Des Moines, Iowa.
Pass.
Drake, it sounds like the South American country with its capital at Bogota.
Columbia.
Columbia is correct. The color of wood or earth and an Ivy League university in Rhode Island.
Brown.
Brown is correct. It's a kind of lock and a University of New Haven, Connecticut.
Yale.
Yale, it's a reddish brown hair color or an Alabama university. Auburn, a brand of toothpaste since 1873. Colgate is correct. A fortress or a stronghold in a military college in Charleston, South Carolina.
Pass.
The Citadel, divine guidance or care in a college in the capital of Rhode Island. Providence is correct. French for the room or a college in Philadelphia.
Drexel.
La Salle. Ooh, a little stumbling. 7 correct. So 70 points came your way. But wow, that was an electrifying round. That was a true display of quick thinking and brain power. So while we all catch our breath, let's check in with Regina. She's standing by with some very special guests.
Thanks, Rich. That was so exciting. And I'm here with the future Brainbusters. So cute. They are bright 5th graders from Manheim Township and Penn Manor, and they're ready to put their knowledge to the test. So stick around for more excitement, questions, and answers when News 8's Brainbusters returns.
The championship edition of WGAL 8 Brainbusters will continue after these messages. Welcome back to the championship edition of WGAL 8 Brainbusters. Once again, here's Rich Rosen.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the championship round of WGAL 8 Brainbusters. I'm your host, Rich Rosen, and we are in the thick of an epic intellectual clash between Manheim Township and Penn Manor. But before we dive back into the final rounds, it's time for a special Brainbusters tradition. Our future Brainbusters. Let's give a warm welcome to these young, talented 5th graders who are ready to show us their smarts, knowledge, and brain power. But most importantly, have fun. So, all 6 of you, welcome to Studio B. Pick up your signaling buttons and let's use them frequently, beginning with this 10-point question. How many degrees are in a right angle?
90.
90 is a correct answer, yes. Complete this line from a famous speech by MLK Jr. I have a... Liam.
Dream.
Dream is correct for 10 points. What do we call 2 lines on a plane that never intersect? Elijah.
Parallel.
They are parallel indeed. How many years are in a decade? Kaisa.
10.
10 is correct. Who was the first man to walk on the moon? Lila.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong is correct. How many stars are in our solar system? Henry.
1.
There is only 1. What is the capital of Pennsylvania?
Harrisburg.
Harrisburg is correct. If an animal is carnivorous, what does it eat? Liam.
Meat.
It eats meat. Atlanta is the capital of what state?
Georgia.
Georgia is correct. 10 yards is equal to how many inches? Evan. Ooh, sorry, I'm going to take that as incorrect. Liam.
360.
360 is correct. Well, with that correct answer, let's catch our breaths and take a moment to meet these fine young people. Regina, please introduce these future brainbusters.
Thanks, Rich. Yes, so these are so smart kids here. Let's meet them now. We have the alternate for Mannheim, Ella. So tell me, who is your biggest role model, inspiration, and tell me about him or her.
I think that one of my biggest role models is FDR because I want to become a president someday. And I think he's just very inspiring and I love his speeches.
Wow, love that answer. Thank you, Ella. All right, Evan, so tell me, where do you want to go after your education? What do you want to be when you grow up?
So I love chemistry and I love teaching. Like, I love to play, when I was younger with my grandma, play teacher. So I really want to be a chemistry professor when I grow up.
Wow, I love that. So future professor here. Love to hear that. All right, Henry, what is your favorite pastime activity? So after school, after you're done with homework, what do you love to do that gives you like so much energy?
I'd say I'd love reading books. They just are usually very entertaining. I can read for like hours at a time.
Favorite book right now?
Harry Potter.
Love that. So yes, my dog's actually named out of a Harry Potter book. So yes, with you there, Henry. And Kaisa, tell me, what is your dream job in the future?
My dream job would probably be either a vet or like a chemist or a biologist.
All great answers. All right, great job, guys. All right, let's go to Jericho here, who is an alternate for Penn Manor. So, Jericho, tell me, what do you love about school? Like, tell me your favorite thing to do when you're at school.
Probably play outside at recess.
Honesty is the best thing. Love that answer. All right, Elijah, tell me your favorite subject in school.
Either math or science.
Love that, love that. All right, and let's get to Liam. Liam, all right, so tell me your favorite book of all time.
That's a hard one. There are a lot of good books, but I would
If
say
you had to pick one.
Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief.
And what do you love about that book?
I used to really like Greek mythology, and that suited my interest then, so that
Very
was a
cool.
good book I read.
Love that Greek mythology. There you go. All right, Lila, I have kind of a tricky question for you. All right, so we are in the age of social media. What is your favorite emoji? And can you do like the sign, like whatever emoji it is?
My favorite emoji is probably just the smile emoji. I use that one the most. So.
With the red cheeks?
I don't know, just the normal.
The normal smiley one? All right, love that. All right, Rich, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Regina. Those are some bright young minds. Let's get back to work. Pick up your signaling buttons, and here's another 10-point question. If you receive 45 out of 50 on a history test, what percent is that? Lila?
90%?
It's 90% indeed, yes. What is the name of the U.S. president's airplane? Elijah?
Air Force One.
You are correct. In what century was the Vietnam War fought? Liam?
The 20th?
It is indeed the 20th century. How many singers are in a quartet? Liam again?
4.
4, correct again. In what city will you find the Eiffel Tower? Lila?
Paris.
Paris is a correct answer. There are 3 branches of government in the United States. What branch of the government is the president? Kaisa?
The executive.
The executive branch. Good for you. Which medal is awarded to the first place finishers in the modern Olympic Games? Lila?
Gold. The gold medal.
Gold medal is correct. If someone is on pins and needles, is he happy, sad, asleep, or nervous? Lila?
Nervous.
He's nervous, yes. In what century are we living? Kaisa?
The 21st.
We are living in the 21st century. What chemical is identified with the symbol He? Evan?
Helium.
Helium is correct. Who directs the performance of an orchestra or choir? Kaisa.
A conductor?
A conductor does, yes. A tailor makes clothes. What do cobblers make? Ryan,
Shoes.
Liam, they do make shoes indeed, yeah. What device do scientists use to detect and record the intensity and duration of movements within the Earth? Lila.
Never mind.
Oh, sorry. Any idea, Manor Township? We stumped you on a seismograph. The capital of Illinois is in what city? Oh, we stumped you on Springfield. What profession is indicated with people that have the initials MD after their name, Elijah?
Doctors.
Doctor, yes, or a medical doctor, yes, that's the correct answer. What state has the best view of the Aurora Borealis? Evan.
Northern Hemisphere.
Oh, sorry. Any idea, Penn Man? Liam.
Alaska?
Alaska does indeed, yes. What is the colorless fluid part of the blood called? Elijah.
It has. I forgot.
Nope, sorry.
Plasma?
Evan, you want to buzz in?
Plasma?
Plasma is the correct answer. What is the currency of Great Britain? Liam.
The pound?
The pound is the correct answer. What is -1 times -2 times -3? Henry.
-6.
You're good for you. Good mental math, and it worked in your favor. Watergate is associated with what U.S. president? Evan.
Trust.
Oh, sorry. Penn Manor, any idea? We stumped you on Richard Nixon. The tallest mountains are on which continent? Lila.
Asia.
Asia's correct answer. What author wrote Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer? Oh, and that, of course, was Mark Twain. Well, that's the end of our Future Brain Busters round. Thank you all for being here. Today, I want you to know we have a special WGAL8 swag bag for each of our players to commemorate their participation. In just a few short years, we hope to see them competing as high school students, because we look forward to welcoming them to the Brain Buster set in 2029. And this is to the students. Remember, the impact of knowledge lasts far beyond today. Keep learning, keep growing, and you'll always shine. But before we get back to this intellectual face-off with the adults, the high school students, let's take a moment to honor all the amazing teams who've competed this season. Each one brought their best, and they've all played a big part in making this year's WGAL8 Brainbusters unforgettable.
WGAL8 salutes all of the high school teams that took place in this year's tournament. The championship edition of WGAL8 Brainbusters will continue after these messages.
We're nearing the final stretch of our competition here. It's now time to reveal today's bonus Brain Buster category. This could be a game changer. Each team can wager anywhere from 0 to 25 points, depending on how confident they are with today's category, which is history and culture. So while our teams lock in their wagers, let's turn our attention over to Regina for a special look at these incredible students in action at their respective schools.
Thanks, Rich. So yes, I got a chance to go back behind the scenes, you can say, to these schools where the students are attending for the Brain Busters finale. So let's get a check of Penn Manor High School and Manheim Township High School to see what it's all about. Take a look here.
It's very crazy. I did not expect that to happen.
Definitely pretty excited. It's definitely a big accomplishment. love our team. We're very strong.
This doesn't feel real yet, I guess, but I'm very happy, yeah.
Pretty great feeling. I was the alternate, so I was just watching and hoping and praying that they would be able to pull out a win, and they did, so it was pretty awesome.
Students at Penn Manor High School are excited, ready to take on their competition, the final 2 out of 32.
Modest proposal.
They've been preparing since September, and you can say they've put in the work.
Hermes. As a team, we only practice for about an hour a week, though I tend to do a little more on my own, and I think my teammates do as well.
The team, led by social studies instructor Chris Meyer.
From 1955 to 1973.
He says he's excited to be in the finals after so many years.
It's the Jewish New Year. Rosh Hashanah, correct.
It's been a while. I think it's been close to 10 years since we've been in the finale. I think maybe 2006 or 2007 we won it all, but we've been in the finale maybe twice since then.
Park service? No.
Meyer says this team is balanced, strong competitors, and all uniquely talented.
Each of the players on the team has some specialties, and they're experts in certain subjects. So whereas one student is really good at maybe like the history and geography and government, somebody else might excel in literature and art.
As a Penn Manor High School team works to get the top spot, a friendly message to their competition.
I guess good luck, but you should know that I think most other teams are rooting for us.
I wish them the best of luck, but I mean, we're going to try to win.
I'm really excited. Last year we had a little bit of an early exit, so this year it feels good to be back in some of the top play.
Senior Cameron Zuschmidt is talking about last year when the team lost against Annville Cleona.
To the end of the game, a fantastic performance by Annville Cleona.
Now the team says they're prepared. Manheim Township High School believe this is their year.
Manhattan Project, correct.
We practice 3 days a week for about 2.5 hours.
I would say I'm really good at history and geography.
It would be chemistry. I love just like being very hands-on.
Definitely physics. I love combining the math and the science, so it's pretty interesting.
Fission.
Senior Vincent Chen says he's also a physics guy. He says bringing all of the expertise together is what makes everything work so well.
The team overall, I think we have really good collaboration and like teamwork, and we all practice with each other.
Acetic acid. Correct.
Coach Zach Mussman says it's been incredible to see how dedicated all the students are to win Brainbusters.
I just want them to know how proud we are of them. I mean, as a school, we're super proud, but as coaches, myself and Mrs. Rock are just super proud of their efforts and their ability to, even when they get down in the score, they keep their heads up and they keep working, and that hard work's paid off.
Dutch. Luxembourg. That is correct.
And of course, all in good fun, a little competition as they head into the final round against Penn Manor High School.
We're gonna destroy you.
We're gonna have Red Bulls before the match, so you better be ready.
Good luck, and I'm excited for the match.
Well, thank you, Regina. It's always fascinating to get a glimpse of our contestants off and get a sense of their world at school. But now, let's return to the big stage because it's time for today's bonus Brainbuster. Our teams have locked in their wagers. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with Thusmeen Mahfouz. She has today's question. Thusmeen.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brainbuster. This organization, founded in 1961, is known for its advocacy and defense of human rights all around the world. It conducts research and campaigns against abuses like torture, unfair detention, and violence against women. What's the name of this well-known non-governmental organization? I'll do that one again. So this organization, founded in 1961, is known for its advocacy and defense of human rights around the world. It conducts research and campaigns against abuses like torture, unfair detention, and violence against women. What's the name of this well-known non-governmental organization? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich.
Thusmeen, it looks like both teams, that will give you about 5 seconds to write your answer. Andy, you wrote yours quite immediately. Brady is consulting with his teammates. Okay, closing the pen. All right, Andy, we always start with this side of the set. If you can please show us. Score of 280 currently, and you said Amnesty International. You are correct. We're adding 15 points with your score, named synonymous with the fight for fairness and human rights worldwide. Brady, did you come up with Amnesty International? No, you did the United Nations. Unfortunately, we're going to have to deduct 25 points from your score. Boy, that's going to really affect the final frenzy, and that's coming up next on WGAL8 Brainbusters.
Scorekeeping for WGAL8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this.
After a season filled with intense competition, it all comes down to this, the final frenzy. We have a score of 295. Penn Manor, you've got your work cut out for you, but you can do it now with these 20 crucial points for each correct answer. This animated film studio has created classics like Toy Story and Finding Nemo. Seth? Pixar is correct. In Xanadu did a Kubla Khan, a stately pleasure dome decree. What romantic poet? Natalie?
Coleridge.
Coleridge wrote it, yes, in the 1960s. Hundreds of millions of copies of the Little Red Book were distributed in China. Andy, who's
Mao Zedong.
Mao Zedong were the quotations, yes. Cezanne, Gauguin, and Klee are the last names. Paul, Seth?
Impressionists?
No, sorry. They're modern, and that's Ellie.
Paul?
The Paul is the first name that they all shared, yes. The name is taken from the location in a low-lying area of Washington, D.C. near the Potomac River. What is this, Brady?
Swamp?
Oh, no, sorry. What is the U.S. Department of State often called? Andy?
The ellipse.
It's called Foggy Bottom. This massive waterfall on the border of Brazil and Argentina is Seth.
Angel Falls?
No, sorry, is the largest system of waterfalls in the world. What is its name? We stumped you on the Iguazu Falls. This NASA mission, which successfully landed astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin on the moon. Andy?
Apollo 11.
Apollo 11 is correct. This small particle in the cell, cytoplasm, contains enzymes that protect the cell against bacteria and other intruders. What is this particle called? Ellie?
The nucleus.
No, sorry. Brady.
Cell wall.
It's called lysosome. It was the wand carried by Hermes as the messenger of the gods. It's the symbol, Andy.
Staff.
No, sorry. It's the symbol of the medical profession, Natalie.
Caduceus.
Caduceus is correct. Perhaps the most influential modern economist. He published the General Theory of Employment.
Friedman?
Oh, no, sorry. The General... Ellie.
Keynes.
Keynes, John Maynard Keynes. Mauricio Catalan's Comedian is a conceptual work of art depicting a piece of fruit duct taped to a wall. Seth?
Banana?
A banana is the correct answer. A genetic breakthrough. The Nobel Prize winning, and we were going for CRISPR. That now takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. Congratulations to Manheim Township. They are today's champions. Your hard work, dedication, and passion for knowledge have earned you this victory. This is a moment to be proud of and a memory to cherish. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Congratulations to our winning team, Manheim Township, $5,000. But no one goes home empty-handed. Congratulations to Penn Manor. They're walking away with $3,000. Thank you all to our participants. Thank you to Regina On for helping us out. Thank you to our future brain buzzers. Thank you, parents, coaches, and all the other teams that participated with us. We'll see you next time. And again, thank you so much for being here with us.
Rich, it's been so much fun. And did you guys all have fun at least? Yes? Yay! All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great evening.
So long.